TxStampin Sharon. I have a very pretty card to share with you today. It's called the Double Drapery Fold. I found it on Pinterest and I looked everywhere for some good directions and I couldn't really find any. You know, you find a link on Pinterest, you click on it and it just shows the picture. It didn't tell me how. I've done similar cards before, but I wanted to do this Double Drapery Fold card on today's video. After that I show you the card, I'll be showing you my 4 card designs that I am offering for my March online card class. And when you take that class, you get enough supplies to make 2 of every card design, so that's a total of 8. You can find out all the information about my March online card classes in the description box below. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, you can also do that below. After you subscribe, hit the little bell. You'll be notified the next time I upload a video. If you like this pretty card, give me a thumbs up. Here is my gorgeous card. I thought this fold was perfect for this vellum paper. To me, it just looked like sheer curtains. So to have, originally I was just gonna do a drapery fold. And then when I was on Pinterest, I saw a double drapery fold and I was like, ooh, I haven't tried that yet. This is a very simple card to make. I am going to actually be showing you how to do the fold on Whisper White because I feel like it's easier for you to see on the video. I am using the Wonderful Romance stamp set with the coordinating framelits, which there's a ton of gorgeous framelits in here. This is a bundle that I'm using for my March online card class, so stay tuned. I'll show you my cards. I've got them sitting right here. I'll be using Pear Pizazz ink for my stamping. I'll be using some white embossing powder. And I do have all my supplies ready, so this is going to be a quick video. First, you're going to start off with a piece of designer series paper for your drapery fold. I'm showing you with Whisper White so that you can see my folds and see how I fold it. The vellum is beautiful, but it's hard to see the score lines after I do that. First, I want to score. Oh, by the way, this is 3 inches by 10 inches. All right. So my first score mark is going to be at the 1 inch mark. I'm going to move that cutting blade way out of my way so I don't grab that by mistake. So I'm going to score at 1 inch, 1.5 inch. And if you'll just keep this in mind, it's 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch. All right. So that's at 1.5. So I'm going to slide it down to 2.5. And then I'm going to do another half. So that takes it to 3. I'm going to do another 1 inch. So that takes me to 4. I'm going to do another 1/2 inch. So that's 4.5. I'm going to do another 1 inch, so that's 5.5. I'm going to do another 1/2 inch, so that's 6. I'm going to do another inch, so that's 7. I'm going to do another 1/2 inch, 7.5. I'm going to do another inch, 8.5. And my final score, I'll be 1/2 inch at 9. Phew, lots of scoring. But I think by me telling you 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, you're not going to have a problem making this fold. The second part is to take and measure at, I'm going to slide this up a little bit so you can see where I'm at. You're going to go to the 4.5 score. I know on the video it's hard for you to see, but it's right there, okay? I'm going to take and I'm going to spin this around. I'm keeping my finger on that score line so that I know exactly which one it is. And I am putting that 4.5 inch mark right here in my gutter of my cutter. At the bottom, I want to swing this out. Let me move it up just a little bit. I'm going to swing this out to 1.5. All right. So I'm at 4.5, 1.5. Make sense? Now it's time to bring in my cutter. I'm going to cut that piece off. Yikes, scary, but it's okay. Next, I'm going to turn my card over so that you will again see. I want to go to my 6-inch score line, which is this one, all right? And I want to make sure, the first time I did this card, I'm just telling you my mistake so that you don't do it. I didn't flip the card over and I cut the piece of paper this way instead of this way. Easy to do. All right, so we've got our finger on that 6-inch mark. 6-inch. We're going to pull this down, pull this around to 1.5 inch. So again, checking, am I at the 6-inch? Yes, I am. Okay, we're going to pull our blade up. I prefer to have my blade up at the top and pull towards me. I feel like it gives me better pressure when I'm cutting. So your cardstock, let me move this out of the way, should look like this. If it doesn't look like this, you did what I did and you cut the wrong side off. All right, so when we fold it, the main part that is so important is this 1-inch center piece. So when I started folding on the end and went in and I was like, I didn't end up right in the middle. So we're gonna start in the middle on our video. We're just gonna make it easy. I have it on black paper so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, so there is a score mark here. I'm gonna fold that in and then I'm gonna fold back. I'm gonna take the next one, I'm gonna fold in. So I'm folding in on my 1-inch mark and I'm folding back on the 1/2-inch mark. Fold in, fold back. All right, so we have half of it done. Now we're gonna turn it. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna fold in and we're gonna fold out, fold in, fold out, in, and out. Yay! So basically what you want is you want a 1-inch on each side. If you've done that, you're good. You're gonna take and bring this all in and ta-da, it works. I played with this yesterday for about 1.5 hours to make it work and how I could teach you so that you wouldn't be frustrated if you went to a pen on Pinterest or whatever, or found it on somebody's blog and they just gave you the measurements but didn't step you through things that could go wrong. So I have a piece of Pear Pizazz Cardstock and I've cut it this way. So it is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Just felt like that was a pretty fold. I have my Vellum Drapery Fold all done. Okay, so it's ready to go. I have a piece of Pear Pizazz Shimmer Ribbon. I have a piece of Vellum. I'll show you what that's for. And then I have my leaves already cut out. I have a piece of Whisper White for my layer that is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have already cut out, using the framelits and some rich raspberry cardstock, what's going to be my sentiment layer. Okay. So we're going to do a little stamping first. We're going to stamp these leaves with the Pear Pizazz. We're going to set that aside. Now let's talk about our drapery fold. To keep this drapery fold in the folded pattern while we're trying to put it on our card, we need to adhere it to something. And since we can see through the vellum, I got a piece of Vellum Cardstock that I'm going to be using. I found that it was easier for me to use tear and tape to just apply this. I worried that you would be able to see the adhesive through. You can't. Burnish that on. Remove the backing. Now, we're going to leave that laying there. We're going to fold up our drapery fold. Sorry, I'm trying really hard not to get my head in the camera, so I'm going to bring this down a bit. And I kind of started in the middle. And put my fold down. So now we have this, okay? We need to adhere it to our Whisper White card base. We're going to use some more tear and tape. I just felt like the tear and tape would be a lot easier or a stronger adhesive for the vellum, because as you can see, it's got some body to it, and we need to make sure it stays where we want it. Bring in our Whisper White, lining up the bottom of the drapery fold to the bottom of our Whisper White, and kind of hovering to make sure we're centered on the card. Ta-da! There we go. All right. Now we're going to add the ribbon, and I normally don't add ribbon with tear and tape, but again, making sure that that stays on my vellum. I felt like, what's the strongest adhesive I have? Tear and tape. Little tricky getting the backing off of the ribbon, not gonna lie, but it can be done. Love it when things work on a video. All right, so we're just going to add this at the top of our pleat. Look how pretty. And then we're just going to wrap this around. I prefer to add adhesive right over that ribbon. I don't want my card base, I don't want this layer to lift up off my card base at the ribbon sides. Woo-hoo-hoo. So excited. Love this design. We're going to do our sentiment layer, and I'm going to add some embossing buddy on here. I'm going to ink it up with my Versamark ink. A little white embossing powder on there. Sometimes it's hard to tell, is it embossing buddy or is it my embossing powder? Now we're going to heat set. I always like to pick it up, make sure it's all shiny. It looks great. There's a little bit of white residue from my embossing buddy, especially on this dark cardstock. Swiffer sheets, love them. We're going to add some adhesive to the back of our sentiment layer. And then I'm going to kind of hover over when I add my leaves. I know leaves generally aren't purple in color, but I loved what this did. So you know what? It's my card, right? I can do it. Let's go ahead and add some to this side. It just gave it another touch of color that I thought was really pretty. Again, kind of hovering over. And I'm hovering over so that my leaves don't go off the card. I was kind of wondering, yeah, let's put this one down here. Let's make it different than the other card. That's what's so fun about being creative with your card making. Each card is so unique and different because you made it and you designed it. And we'll just add the other one, maybe up here. I don't know, what do you think? I don't think it needs it. I'm not going to add it. Of course, we're going to pop this up with some dimensionals. And when I put dimensionals on sentiment backs like this, I've got my dimensionals close, but I'm trying to capture these so that they don't fall off over time. And we'll just add one down here. I always like to dig my nails in when I'm adding these. It just helps get the backing off so much easier. Gorgeous. Isn't that gorgeous? Give me a thumbs up if you think that's gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous. Let me show you my cards that I'm offering for my class. This is just a bonus card. This is not included in my class. But you know what? This one is gorgeous too. Look at that. Here is another one. Here is another one. This one opens up this way. And here's my last one. I thought this would be a great card for a wedding or an anniversary. Yeah. Great ideas for you with the wonderful romance. I hope to see you in my March online class. You do have until March the 10th to get this class, so don't delay. Hope y'all love that card, and I would love to see you in my March Wonderful Romance card class. Happy stamping, y'all!